The Add New Client page is where you can create a new client in the system. Here, if the gym has multiple facilities or locations, you can choose the one you want to assign that client to. It will default to client type, but you can change it to canceled, prospect, or lead. You can change the facility they may be linked to, and you can also choose to add them as part of a group. You'll fill in their first name and last name. As well as their email address. You can now email the client to fill out their user information. This will send a basic email with a temporary username and password that they can then use to log in and create a username and password of their selection, as well as agree to the user agreement. If you check this checkbox, that will also include a lifestyle questionnaire and medical screening, and walk them through an initial client setup, including the medical screening plus the client's goals and preferences. Or you can click Setup Now if you're sitting with the client and you want to go through the username and password selection with them. You can also choose to send them their PAR-Q by email. Down below, you can input their specific contact information. These fields are editable to be whether they are mandatory or not in your master preferences. Here's where you can assign an existing or new barcode to the client, which is then hidden in the system. Once that's assigned, you can input the client's cell phone number and provider, and then send them a link to their membership card on their cell phone, which they can use to then access the club. Up at the top, using the tabs, you can access various components, such as their configuration, where you can set up the access levels, gender, measurement preferences. You can change their macronutrient percentages and control what modules they have access to and expiry dates. Under support staff, you can link them to specific staff members. So for example, if this client has a trainer, Sean Kingston, you would then select Sean, click Add Trainer, and now the client has 2 trainers linked to them. Under the Billing tab is where you can see what current billing information they have on file, or add a new credit card or new checking account information, and also see their customer number for the payment processor. Here you can also select them to be in collections, which will then make them as part of a collections report you can generate that will show a summary of the total current value of their agreement and what their current outstanding amount is that you can then send to various collection agencies. You can choose to assign them to categories, and under the Details tab, you can either upload a file for their image, or you can capture a webcam and take a picture live. If you have childcare, you can enter their clients' or their children's first names here, and then when booking them into a child-minding class, it will use their kids' names rather than the parents' names for the booking. You can also enter a flagged note, and you can enter personal details that will display on check-in. Down at the bottom of all of these pages are various shortcuts to jump to other components. So if you've just entered a client and you've set them up, and now you wish to sell them an agreement, you can just click on the agreement shortcut right at the bottom, and that will save the current information and go right to their agreement page.